Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to discuss about Piaget cognitive development. If you need the PDF then please comment me yes in the comment section below. I will provide you PDF also for this video. So today in this video we are discussing about Piaget cognitive development. So what basically is Piaget cognitive development? We are going to discuss in this video. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet then please do subscribe it for more B.Ed related videos. Now let's see what was Piaget cognitive development. That is called as Piaget का संज्ञानात्मक विकास in Hindi. Okay, so before going directly to Piaget cognitive development, we have to also familiar with who was Piaget. Piaget was basically born in Switzerland in 1800 and he was employed at Binet Institute in 1920 and he was a Swiss psychologist and genetic epistemologist. And he is mostly famous for the theory that is cognitive development that today we are going to discuss in this video. He is basically very much famous for this theory and he has done this theory on his three children. He observed three children carefully, he observed their development and make this theory. So this is called as Piaget cognitive development. Okay, so you can see all this content here. Now let's see, here you can see picture, schema, assimilation, equilibrium, disequilibrium and accommodation. So what basically is schema we will see. Okay, so schema means, here you can see schema means a type of belief that we have in our mind. Here we can see it through example of a child. Okay, suppose a child saw a dog, so he has that schema and he has that belief after watching that a dog has four legs and it is small in size and it is furry, so he has that schema in his mind. Okay, so assimilation means he has now that belief that dog look like this. Okay, after this equilibrium, what exactly is equilibrium? Equilibrium is a state where there is a condition of balance. Means whatever schema he has in his mind and what the condition is in front of him, like we can say if he has schema of the dog that dog is small in height and he has four legs, so after watching another dog also, so he can compare the same thing with his schema, like he has that notion or belief that a dog look like this and that, and after watching these things he is in balanced situation, so he can say that it is still a dog. Okay, what is disequilibrium is if the same child is watching another dog who is little bit different from what he saw previously. Okay, so now he is in doubt, that is it still a dog, is it a dog. So here condition is not in balance, it is in balance, because after watching different dog he is in a doubt. So this state is called as disequilibrium. After that, accommodation means accommodation means he has now added new information that yes, dog can look like this also. So this condition is known as accommodation. I hope you understand what I am here mentioning or telling. So this is basically schema. Here you can say three basic components. So basically this is all the content that we have studied through the picture earlier. Okay, here you can see schema and so this here you can see schema describe both the mental and physical action involved in understanding. Means basically schema describe mental and physical action. Okay, here you can see in Hindi also I have mentioned the same thing. Here you can see example of child that we have already discussed through the pictures. Okay, now here you can see picture of this disequilibrium, accommodation, everything. Assimilation, here you can see disequilibrium, accommodation. Here you can see assimilation. Assimilation is using an existing schema and applying it to new situation or object. And after that, accommodation, what is accommodation? Is changing approaches when an existing schema doesn't work in a particular situation. Okay, so we have already discussed these things through examples and through pictures also. Okay, and if you need the PDF, then please comment me in the comment section below. I will provide you PDF also for this particular video. Okay. Okay, now let's see what are the stages of cognitive development. First is the sensory motor stage, that is from 0 to 2 years. So major characteristics and development changes, you can see the infant knows the world through their movements and sensations. So infants learn or gain some knowledge through their sensory means sense, we can say. He see this world through their eyes, touches things, and grasping, and looking, sucking, and listening. All this he learned through his senses. They realize that their action can cause things to happen in the world around them. So what they think is whatever action is he doing actually cause things to happen in world around them. Okay, during this earliest stage of cognitive development, infants and toddlers acquire knowledge through sensory experiences and manipulating objects. So they learn all things through their senses. Okay, a child's entire experience at the earliest period of this stage occurs through basic reflexes, senses, and motor responses. So what we have learned here is infants, whatever they are doing, whatever action they are doing, they believe that these worlds actually, you know, is whatever things is happening in this world is happening because of all their action that they are doing. It is during the sensory motor stage that the children go through a period of dramatic growth and learning. Here, it is this stage is also known as dramatic growth. Means here we can see growth of infants. Okay, and also they interact with their environment. Means they actually started interacting with their environment, and they start doing many new discoveries of how the world works. The cognitive development that occurs during this period takes place over a relatively short period of time and involves a great deal of growth. Here, infants, they also have their growth, and they also learn many things. Children not only learn how to perform physical actions such as crawling and walking, they also learn a great deal about language from the people with whom they interact. Means this is not the only age of learning or doing physical action, but they are also in this age trying to learn some languages also with the people they interact. Okay, Piaget also broke this stage down into a number of different substages. It is during the final part of the sensory motor stage that early representational through emerges. Okay, here you can see I have translated a few of the main points in Hindi also, so it could be helpful for you all. Here you can see cognitive. Here you can see pictures. 0 to 2 year is called as sensory motor stage that we have learned now. 2 to 7 year stage is called as pre-operational stage. 7 to 11 year is concrete operational stage, and 12 and above that is known as formal operational stage. So now we are discussing about the pre-operational stage, that is 2 to 7 years. Major characteristics and development changes. Here you can see children begin to think symbolically and learn to use words and pictures to represent objects. So here children use symbols also to represent whatever their thoughts and thinkings are. Children at this stage tend to be egocentric and struggle to see things from the perspectives of others. So here children become little bit egocentric also and struggle to see the things from perspectives of others. While they are getting better with language and thinking, they still tend to think about while they are getting better with language and thinking, they still tend to think about the things in concrete terms. The foundation of language development may have been laid during the previous stage, but it is the emergence of language that is one of the major hallmark of the pre-operational stage. So here we can see that child and children start speaking some language, can speak start speaking in their regional languages also, and but this time they are a little bit egocentric also, you can say. Children become more skilled at pretend play during this stage of development, yet continue to think very concretely about the world around them. Okay, at this stage kids learn through pretend play but still struggle with logic, means they are still struggling with logic in this stage. But even though they start playing pretend means they kids learn through pretend play. Okay, they also often struggle with understanding the idea of constancy. Here you can see example. A research might take a lump of clay, divide it into two equal pieces, and then give a child the choice between two pieces of clay to play with. One piece of clay is rolled into a compact ball while another is smashed into a flat pancake shape. Since the flat shape looks larger, the pre-operational child will likely choose that piece even though the two pieces are exactly the same size. Means here we can say that children here are not that much mental, their mental strength is not that much developed here also to understand between any concept, like we here see some example also. Okay, now here you can see concrete operational stage. So that age is 7 to 12 years. While children are still very concrete and literal in their thinking at this point in development, they become much more adept at using logic. So now at this age, they start using their logic also, and the egocentrism of the previous stage begins to disappear. So their ego also start disappearing at this stage. Okay, as kids become better at thinking about how other people might view a situation. So here we can say that children are getting much more mature, okay, than what they were before, okay, in the second stage. So here this stage is known as concrete operational stage, that is much more mature than what it was before. Fourth is formal operational stage, that age is 12 and up. The final stage of Piaget theory involve an increase in knowledge. So here they have increase, they have, they start thinking everything logically, and the ability to use deductive reasoning and an understanding of abstract ideas. At this point, people become capable of seeing multiple potential solutions to problems and think more scientifically about the world around them. So they start thinking everything scientifically now, because they actually become much more mature than what was they before. So this was my video, and in next video we will see what is the educational implication of this theory, means cognitive development theory. Okay, we will see educational implication in next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.